Friends, let us see today some very important questions. 15 good questions, very standard questions for your assistant motor vehicle inspector, APPSC and TSPSC, covering the thermodynamic syllabus, which is first part of the syllabus for your both of your APPSC and TSPSC syllabus. So let us go to the questions straight away. So the Girard's law of thermodynamics gives the concept of, so is it heat and work? Is it heat and temperature, or is it temperature only, or is it open and closed systems? Boys, please read the basic textbook for this, like your thermodynamics by P.K. Nag or any other, like your what is the Rajput is there, another good book is there. So please read that and try to attempt these questions. You will really thoroughly enjoy these questions. Okay. I assure if you are able to solve these questions, definitely you are going to get the selection for your AMVI. So that means actually these questions are made very standard. Okay, keeping the standard of your AMVI examination in view. Okay, this time I am expecting more competition, because actually what with your Facebook, Twitter and all those, your YouTube and Google, etc., right, there is a lot of awareness among the people, so more number of people will be competing, boys and girls. Okay, so please keep this in mind and prepare well. Okay, boys. So now second question is, a Carnot cycle consists of, so is it 5 processes, of which 2 reversible and 3 irreversible processes, or is it 4 processes all of which are reversible processes, or 5 processes all of which are reversible process, or is it that 4 processes of which 2 are reversible and other 2 are irreversible process? So what is the correct answer? So please try to identify the correct answer. So next question, select the true statement about first of thermodynamics FLTD and second of thermodynamics. Right. So the first option is, while FLTD gives the idea of enthalpy, the second law of thermodynamics SLTD gives the concept of entropy. Or while FLTD gives the idea of entropy, the SLTD gives the concept of enthalpy. Or while FLTD gives the idea of enthalpy, the SLTD gives the concept of mutual transfer of or convertibility of heat and work. Or finally, is it that while FLTD gives the idea of mutual convertibility of heat and work, the SLTD gives the concept of entropy, which is the correct answer. Next question, the higher temperature limit of a Carnot engine is 773 Kelvin. Here the temperature is directly given in Kelvin. So while its lower temperature limit is 400 Kelvin less than this, what is the efficiency of the Carnot engine is? Which of them is the correct answer? So is it 48.25%, or is it 42.85%, or is it 51.75%, or is it 57.15%? So if you go through the answers which I have given options, so all are related, and they are a little bit, for example, if you are in a hurry, you are going to land in the wrong answer. For example, though you have got the correct answer, so I have given in such a way that, for example, you got the answer 42.85, 48.25, right? But here is the answer 42.85, right? So if you are not able to see properly, then you are going to select the wrong answer. So please be careful. So such type of options will also be given in your examination. Similarly, 51.75 and 57.15% also, right? Simply the digits are reversed. Next question, when pressure is maintained constant, the volume of an ideal gas at a temperature of 400 degrees centigrade is V1. Then the volume of the gas when the temperature is increased to 550 degrees centigrade. So what is that? So definitely please remember that in thermodynamics, when you are solving the problems, temperature you have to necessarily take in terms of your Kelvin by adding a 273 to the temperature given in degrees centigrade. Okay, so please keep that in mind. And if you want again the answer in centigrade, so please simply subtract the answer from the answer, the 273, and give the answer in centigrade. Okay, so please solve this problem. Right, I hope you can do this. If your fundamentals are good, definitely you should be able to do this problem. Next question, the compressibility factor and the Joule-Thomson coefficient of an ideal gas respectively are. So what is the correct answer? So which is the correct choice? Is it 0 and unity, or is it unity and 0? Is it 0 and 0, or is it unity and unity? Here unity means 1. I hope you all know that. Right, next, the compressibility factor for a real gas is, okay, he is saying that, is it the ratio PV by RT and shall always be fraction only, or is it the ratio of PR by VT, where P is the pressure, R is the characteristic gas constant, and V is the volume, and T is the temperature in Kelvin, P is in bar or kilopascal or whatever it is, R should be in kilojoules per kg Kelvin, V should be in meter cube, and temperature should be in Kelvin. And is it the ratio of PR by VT and shall always be unity only, or is it that the comparability factor means it is the ratio of PV by RT and shall always be more than unity, or finally is it the ratio of PT by VR and shall always be more than unity? Boys, I assure you, if you have studied the subject thoroughly, only you can answer these questions. Assuming that you got the standard to answer these questions, definitely I am going to say with confidence that your number is there for the selection of your assistant motor vehicle inspector, no doubts about it. Okay, so next question, consider the three systems. Okay, first one, an electric heater, number 2 a gas turbine, number 3 a reciprocating compressor. Now you have to answer the question. Now the steady flow energy equation SFEE can be applied to the set of, which is the set to which we can apply the steady flow energy equation. Is it the combination of A and B, or is it the combination of B and C, or is it the combination of A, B, C? That means electric heater, gas turbine and reciprocating compressor, or is it that only A and C, that is electric heater and your reciprocating compressor? Which is the correct answer? Just think and answer. Next question, the energy is an dash property and the temperature is an dash property. What are the blanks? So what are the blanks, the words that should fill the blanks? What are the words? So is it intensive and extensive respectively, or is it intensive and intensive respectively, or is it extensive and extensive, or is it that extensive and extensive? Okay, so please solve this question and put the correct select the correct blank words. Okay, next question, the systems A and B, I have got two systems and recorded an increase in their entropies of delta SA. That means the increase in entropy of system is delta SA, and increase in the system of B is delta SB due to some process. Right? Now he says that given that, and also it is given that delta SB less than delta SA. That means the change in entropy of the system B is less than the change in entropy of the system A due to the process which occurred just now we mentioned. Okay, from this it may be concluded. So what is the conclusion you can draw from these statements given above? You can conclude what is that? Okay, is it that system A is less reversible than system B, or system B is less irreversible? First option also, and the second one is system B is less irreversible than system A, or is it that system A and B are equally irreversible, or is it that based on just the entropy change of systems A and system B, it cannot be compared, they cannot be compared for their irreversibilities? So which is the correct answer? Is it first A or B or C or D? Just answer. Okay, think and answer. Right, next question, the sink temperature of a Carnot engine. So boys, once again I remind you, these cycles are very important. You can expect one question from Carnot cycle and at least one or two questions from the cycles. So you got number of cycles: Otto cycle, diesel cycle, dual cycle, Stirling cycle, Lenoir cycle, and your Atkinson cycle. Various 7 to 8 cycles are there. Then your gas turbine cycle, Brayton cycle, all these cycles are there, right? So please go through them thoroughly without fail. So to answer these questions, definitely you must be thorough or good in cycles, basics and fundamentals of the cycles. So the sink temperature of a Carnot engine is 17 degrees centigrade. Of course, you have to convert it to Kelvin. That means 290 degrees Kelvin, and its efficiency is 60%. Now you have to answer the question, the percentage decrease in the temperature of the sink required, keeping the source temperature constant, to make the efficiency 65%. So what is your answer? Okay, please put pen and paper on put paper on your pen and work out with the given data and choose the correct choice of the answer. Next question, the atmospheric air enters a blower. So this is definitely a steady flow device, so in which you have to supply some work, etc. Right? So you know what is steady flow energy equation, right? So steady flow energy equation tells that m dot into h1 plus v1 square by 2000 plus z1 plus q12 is equal to m dot into h2 plus v2 square by 2000 plus z2 plus w12, right? So where you know the notation for all those parameters which I have mentioned that just now. So it says that the question says that the atmospheric air enters a blower at negligible velocity. That means initial velocity is given v1 is equal to 0 and leaves at 100 meters per second. Alright, so it is v2 is 100 meters per second. So naturally blower is expected to increase the velocity of a fluid. Right, now the blower consumes the input power, that means an energy of 15 kilowatts. The exit temperature is given to be T2 is given to be from the blower. If it's okay, you have to find out the actually the exit temperature in Kelvin or degree centigrade. Of course degree centigrade only, he has given the answers in degree centigrade only. Okay, the exit temperature of air from the blower, if its entry temperature is 30 degrees centigrade, is okay, how much is the exit temperature? So he has given the data for air. Specific rate constant pressure is 1 kilojoules per kg Kelvin approximately. To be precise, is actually it is actually 1.005 kilojoules per kg Kelvin, but you can make a small assumption. So you have to take the value which he has given. Okay, then of course the mass flow rate he has given m dot, actually it is 1 kg per second. So please apply the equation which I just described now and solve the question and locate or identify the correct answer. Okay, right, now again this is also related to your steady flow energy equation only. So definitely the steady flow energy equations importance is so much that in every exam, competitive examination, either GATE or IAS or either whether you are AMB or any examination, right, even your academic exams also, definitely you will get a question on your steady flow energy equation. That is the importance of SFEE. So this is another application of your SFEE. So it says that the question says that in a steady flow air compressor, the air enters at a velocity of 8 meters per second and it leaves the compressor at 6 meters per second. So initial velocity v1 is equal to 8 meters per second and final velocity v2 is equal to 6 meters per second. The device under consideration, that is steady flow device which is under consideration, is the compressor. So compressor is naturally work is input, so heat is output or some heat is rejected. Okay, so right. So the specific volume of the air at entry, that means he has given small v1, capital V1 is the volume, small v1 is the volume per unit mass. It is also called specific volume, right? So the specific volume of the air at entry is 1 meter cube per kg and its value at exit is 0.2 meter cube per kg. That means it is decreasing. So naturally in the compressor the specific volume or volume decreases. So that is how it is given. So V1, small v1 is given to be 1 meter cube per kg and small v2 is given to be 0.2 meter cube per kg. If the inlet diameter of the pipe carrying the air is 10 centimeters, the diameter at the outlet is, actually this question involves the application of both the equations. That means one is the steady flow energy equation SFE and the other one is the continuity equation. So what is the continuity equation? AV by V is equal to constant. A1 V1 by V1 is equal to A2 V2 by V2, small v2 and small v1. Once again I repeat, A1 capital V1 by small v1 is equal to A2 capital V2 by small v2, where A1, A2 are the inlet and outlet section areas in centimeter square or meter square as the case may be, and V1 is the velocity, V2 is the velocity at inlet and outlet respectively, and small v1 and small v2 are the specific volumes at the inlet and exit respectively. Please solve this problem applying both the equations, steady flow energy equation and also the continuity equation. Okay, boys. Next question. So let us see this question. So he has given the answers. Okay, 5.164 centimeters, 5.614 centimeters, 4.815 centimeters and 4.185 centimeters. Once again I have simply interchanged the digits and so that you can locate the correct answer without confusion. Okay, so don't confuse and choose after, even if you work out the problem. Okay, once you, even if you get the answer, so please go through the bits very carefully, right? Even small fraction or point may land you in wrong answer. Okay, boys. Next question. 10 kg of oxygen. For oxygen, you know that what is the molecular weight? It is 32. So it is having two atoms. One atom atomic weight is 16 and molecular weight is 32. Right? So 10 kg of oxygen is heated in a non-flow reversible constant volume process. So this is the constant volume process. V is equal to constant. It is non-flow process. That means it is a closed system. Okay. Volume process from a temperature of 67 degrees centigrade. So add 273, you are going to get 340 degree Kelvin until its pressure is doubled. So P1 is equal to, let us say, P, and P2 is equal to 2P because its pressure is doubled. So the specific heated constant volume of the gas is 0.652 kilojoules per kg Kelvin for oxygen. So the specific heated constant volume CV is given to be 0.652 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. The heat added and the final temperature attained in the process are. Okay, so he is asking, so what is the heat added and what is the final temperature attained in the process. So you have to apply the necessary equations and get the answers. Okay, boys. I am once again telling you, right, I am once again reassuring you that if you are able to solve these questions, okay, a little bit, okay, standard questions, so definitely the questions, the sort of which are asked in your AMA examinations are definitely a little bit below standard than this, because actually it is basically a diploma examination covering your automobile engineering. So but definitely the bits are going to be a little bit twisting, right? Those who are good at fundamentals, so they must be able to do these questions without any difficulty, right? So the last question for today is, a perfect gas is heated at constant pressure. Now this is a constant pressure process. So these are all the applications of constant pressure process. The above problem is the application of constant volume process, that means isochoric process. So this is isobaric process, means constant pressure process. So now he says that in the question, the question goes like this: a perfect gas is heated at constant pressure from initial volume V1 is given to be 2 meter cube to a final volume of 4 meter cube. That means volume is doubled. So V2 is equal to 4 meter cube. If the final temperature of the gas after heating is 561 degrees centigrade, okay, the initial temperature of the gas from which the heating has taken place. So he is asking, so he is given the final temperature of 567 degrees centigrade, I think so. So add 273, you will get in Kelvin. So and he is asking the T1, actually the initial temperature from which the gas has been heated to the final temperature of 567 degrees centigrade. That means 567 plus 273 degrees Kelvin. Okay, guys. So you will get the answer. So first of all, convert the temperature into Kelvin and get the answer in Kelvin, and subtract 273 from that Kelvin temperature. So you will get the temperature in degrees centigrade, because actually the answers are given in both the terms of both centigrade as also Kelvin also, right? So boys, please practice these bits, and definitely you must be able to do the exam well. And once again, wish you all the best, good luck. Let us meet in a nice video very shortly. If you like my channel, subscribe, like, comment and share among your groups and contacts. If you are in need of coaching, boys, for this your assistant motor vehicle inspector examination, so please mail me at sridhar.bpelli@gmail.com. I am going to shortly start the batches for APPSC and TSPSC. Once again, wish you all the best and good luck.